years now, trans people have faced a lot. Transphobia, harassment of all kinds, and yes, even unalivings. And the newest in this long list on attacks on the trans community is coming from an elected official. Don't know how she got elected, but she did. Representative Nancy Mace. And the reason for all of this is because of this tweet. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking, Lynn, how is a single tweet saying the T slur bad for the trans community? How is it on par with getting harassed and all of that? Well, this is actually just the tip of the iceberg for Nancy and her transphobic bullshit. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how it all started, how it got to this point of her openly using slurs, and exactly how disgusting it is for conservatives to be utterly and completely obsessed with us trans people. So funnily enough, Nancy actually didn't start out transphobic. There's actually footage of her talking about being an LGBTQIA ally and why conservatives should in fact treat us with respect.
These articles list several examples from prior posts Mace made on X hailing LGBTQ rights, to a CBS interview in May 2023 where Mace expresses being pro-LGBTQ.
Gay couples or biracial couples want to be as happily or miserably married as straight couples. Why are we stopping that? If we're for freedom, if we're for liberty, then we should be for gay couples and biracial couples being married to the person that they love, the love of their life. Why would you say no to that? I'm pro transgender rights, I'm pro LGBTQ. Just don't go to the extreme with our kids. Our kids
define extremism there for me.
Sex change surgery, the hormone blockers that sterilize our children. Now, if they want to take on a different pronoun or a different gender identity or grow their hair out or wear a dress or wear pants or do those things as a minor, those are all things that I think most people would support.
This post was also cited by these news outlets covering what they describe as a shift in Mace's LGBTQ support. Mace writing, I strongly support LGBTQ rights. No one should be discriminated against. Religious liberty, gay rights, and transgender equality can all coexist. I'm also a constitutionalist. We have to ensure anti-discrimination laws don't violate religious freedom.
But over the years, she has slowly descended into the transphobic pipeline to the point that now she has drafted a bill to restrict trans people from going to the bathroom in Congress, which specifically targets the very first openly trans congresswoman, Sarah McBride, who was simply elected to represent the people of Delaware. You know, you would really think that Congress would have something so much better to do than go after the one and only trans woman who they're going to be working with and which bathroom she's going to be using. I promise you, there are a lot more pressing issues than that. A lot more. But no, this is what Mace and many other conservative representatives think they should be spending their time on. And this is what Mace had to say about writing the bill. Sarah McBride doesn't get a say. I mean, this is a biological man. The South Carolinian Republican told reporters on Monday, adding that the lawmaker does not belong in women's spaces, women's bathrooms, locker rooms, changing rooms, period, full stop. She has tried to somehow spin this bill as being pro-women, but I really hope she realizes that trans women are part of that category, but I don't think she's smart enough to realize that, but I digress. McBride's response to this was actually quite shocking and had many folks in the trans community be, well, not too happy with her. This is a blatant attempt from far right-wing extremists to distract from the fact that they have no real solutions to what Americans are facing. We should be focusing on bringing down the cost of housing, healthcare, and childcare, not manufacturing culture wars. She continued, Delawareans sent me here to make American dreams more affordable and accessible, and that's what I'm going to focus on. This statement of hers made many people feel like she wasn't standing up and pushing back against this transphobic rhetoric and bill from her coworkers. And honestly, I have to say I was one of those people that was very upset. I know most people might think, oh, this is just one trans woman that can't use the bathroom in the Capitol. She has one in her office. She's literally fine. Why is it such a big deal? But the thing is, it's not fine. Trans people should be able to use the bathroom like everyone else in peace. Also, there are trans and gender non-conforming aides and federal workers who have to go to the bathroom. What, are they just not supposed to use the bathroom at work and find the closest Starbucks to the Capitol buildings? Like, bruh, it's never just one trans person. It's about all trans people and the people in power trying to exile us from being seen in public. Since then, there has been a lot of outcry and even protests over this bathroom ban. The one that actually prompted the tweet at the beginning of the video was in response to a protest at the Capitol building where 15 trans activists did a sit-in protest in one of the women's bathrooms right across the hall from the Speaker of the House's office, Mike Johnson, which I absolutely love. Let's make these people's lives as inconvenient as humanly possible and let them actually know what they're doing. But that tweet actually wasn't the first time that Nancy has used slurs in public. She loves using them and has said the T-slur in multiple videos.
All right, so some trans protesters showed up at the Capitol today to protest my bathroom bill. But they got arrested, poor things. So I have a message for the protesters who got arrested. You ready?
Getting creative out there.
Oh, this is a trans fuck bigot. Boo. That's what they wrote on our sign-in book. Nice. The party of joy and inclusivity tells me to and I'm a bigot.
Which I personally think brings up a much larger conversation about how much the right/conservatives are trying to normalize their transphobic rhetoric. And I hate to say it, but the left is going right alongside with them. In the 2024 election, trans folks were left to fend for ourselves after nearly $200 million attack ads were disseminated across the United States. Journalist and GLM co-founder Raquel Willis, among those arrested, said, "Now, as Republican politicians try to remove us from public life, Democratic leaders are silent as hell. But we can't transform bigotry and hate with inaction. We must confront it head on. Democrats must rise up, filibuster, and block this bill." Republicans literally have no legislation to run on that would actually help the American people. And their brilliant idea is to run on hate, fear-mongering marginalized communities, and making it normal to despise trans people. And all while that's happening, the left is just sitting back doing absolutely nothing and has actually joined them in their transphobic rhetoric and even blaming trans people for the reason why Kamala Harris lost the 2024 election. And I hate to break it to you. I'm so sorry to say this, but you are dumb as hell if you genuinely think it is trans people's fault. It's our fault that Dems lost the election. But all of this brings us back to the age-old question, why are Republicans and conservative people so obsessed with trans people? Honestly, and I'm going to be so frank about this, I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube, I might have to bleep it out, but I genuinely believe that Republicans and conservatives are just obsessed with they have built up in society so much sexual repression for themselves and everyone around them that they literally view everything as sexual. Why do you think that they hated so much on gay men and drag performers? They have been sexualizing the queer community for decades. And right now, unfortunately, it seems to be the trans community that is the target of this. They're literally the ones trying to pass laws where you would have to be checked to see what you have going on down there before you're able to go use a bathroom. Y'all, it's so gross and weird and a complete invasion of bodily autonomy, not only for trans people, but for cis people. You know, for people who say they don't want big government involved in their daily lives, I wonder how they'd feel about that. It's always dumbfounded me that there are actually people like this out in the world living their lives, and they're literally government elected officials who want to be doing these things and implementing these kinds of things in our country. They could be doing a lot of things like ending homelessness, ending hunger in our country, fixing the education system, stopping all the wars we're getting into. But no, they're trying to control their citizens' bodies and where they can or cannot go into the bathroom. Something that every single person has to do. Like, everyone has to go. It's not that deep. Like, I'm so tired of this shit. It's unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. And trust me, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who's tired. Go talk to your trans friends and family. They're probably all tired too. It's so dumb and so discriminatory. And it's there to try to show trans and non-binary people that we're not wanted in society and in public places. Which isn't true. You are wanted. You are valid. This shit shouldn't be happening. It's not okay. And we have to be speaking out about this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts on all of this are, about Nancy, about Republicans and conservative people thinking that this is okay. It's literally not just about Sarah McBride. It's every single trans person, every single gender nonconforming person. There are cis people who even get clocked and get misgendered because they don't look like the stereotypical way that people think a gender should look, when it's literally all performance. It's dumb. Also, I just want to let y'all know a little something. I know a lot of people who have been watching my channel for a while know that me and my roommates have been looking for a new place to live for about 6 months, and it's been really hard, and it's been a long time coming, but we were finally able to get a place. We're gonna be moving in at the beginning of this next year. I'm so excited. I'm so relieved, and I'm happy I didn't have to move out of state. But if you would like to support me and this channel and a queer content creator, please check out the Patreon link down below. That is the absolute best way to help support me, support this channel, help support making more videos like this so people can be informed about what's going on in this country and in the queer community. It would mean the absolute world to me for anyone looking to support. So please go check that out. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.